take that leap of faith. Just do it. Create that change that you want. Because change only happens when we change. When we change something in us. And it can be something minor, or it can be something massive. It can just be by the self-talk of how we communicate with ourselves. Or it could be picking up a book. Or it could be having that difficult conversation that you've been putting off. Or it could just be walking out the door into nature, doing something out of your comfort zone. And that's how change is built. There's never a right time, because anxiety will keep us rooted. But the only way to test and to overcome anxiety is to do the very thing that possibly gives you that fear, within reason, within safety. But most of the time, we create it up here. Our mind will keep us stuck, but action is the only way that we create change. Or it's the fear, that emotion that we feel within us, that will stop us. But the only way to change that is to test it out. And ask yourself, why? Why is it stopping me? Why am I putting this big barrier in front of me? Because that's how I did it. You see, I'm not who I am. The person I am today isn't who I was 20 years ago, or who I was as a child. I've allowed myself to grow. I've allowed myself to realize that only through vulnerability I will grow. But also that I can't stay stuck. I hate being stagnated. I hate it. I have to feel like I have a solution. And if I haven't got a solution, then I give up that. I'll let it go. You see, life is all about ups and downs. There's a constant death and rebirth as we grow. And it's when we accept change. Change is something that is inevitable. And we can't stop it. It's like water. Can we contain water? To an extent we can. But our energy and who we are needs to flow. But if we became stagnated, so let's say we contained that water without a flow, it will start smelling. It will start eroding. And that's us. If we sit still, if we stop flowing, we become stuck. So that's why it's very much that Jackie Chan quote, become like water, shapeshift, flow. And I guess for me, possibly it's because I'm an air sign, that I like flow. I like very much about keeping everything light, and a flexible approach to life is the best one. It's the most healthiest for your mind. Very much like a tree. A tree that doesn't bend in the wind breaks. And that's how we are. We're that tree that has to survive all storms that come and go. And it's when we're able to be flexible and accept relationships for what they are, or accept events for what they are, and we've grieved for them. And we've healed the emotional wounding that came from that event. It's like a light switch. And you realize, yeah, I have to let it go now. But you can let it go. Once we accept it, we must say our piece. We must say our piece. The biggest turning that came in my healing journey was where I was truthfully able to just say it to the people that hurt me. the people that did me wrong, I was able to say it to them in compassionate, open words. Effing and jeffing, it doesn't, you're still angry. But if you're able to, just say it. Talk from the heart and tell the people that failed you. Because people did fail me massively in my life. And I also accepted it. You see, relationships has been a bone of contention in my life. You know, I'm a communicator, as you can tell. I love talking, but I love creating healthy relationships because I believe in relationships. I believe in connection. I believe that we cannot do this alone. We have to do this together as we were created. To love thy neighbour, to love each other, to respect each other's differences. Because that's how we level up. That's how I feel. That's how my true essence is. And I will give everybody a chance until they betray me. But you see, you can walk away from strangers, but your family, your flesh and blood that you're born into is the hardest ones to cut off. Because it will take a lot for someone to cut themselves off without it affecting them. So I always look for the best possible outcome for everybody. Because I know for the fact that it will hurt everybody. Maybe it's just having that hindsight. Maybe it's being female. Maybe it's just being so sensitive to emotions and feelings, but there's nothing wrong with me. That is how I was designed. And perhaps this is why I was created the way I was. To be the one that brought balance. To be that cycle breaker in my family. In my whole family, because actually, it was the actions, it was my actions that created the change, that made people think. Because I walked away. I was the sacrificial lamb. I paid the ultimate price. But that was my destiny, I guess. Because somehow in the universe, I survived. I survived all this time. With my marbles. I got the help. I never shied away from help. And that I mean the help is from professionals. So go to the therapist. Speak your truth. Open your heart. And allow all of that crap to come out of you. It needs to come out of you. You need to open up your voice box. Don't live your life in silence, because you live in silence, you'll never heal. Be truthful. Speak to people, speak to them, just speak to them and tell them how you feel. And I guess this is why I'm on here. Because for once, I came out of the shadows. I stopped hiding. I owned my shame, that so-called shame. But there's no shame. There's no shame being me. Take your power back. Do it. Speak your truth. That's the greatest risk that you will take today. And that could be the ultimate change that you need.